If you're trick-or-treating this Halloween and find yourself on a street you don't recognize, turn back. I didn't. And now, I can't leave. Every town has rumors about missing kids. Some say they just ran away. Some say worse. But I've been following stories for years. Scattered accounts across the country, stretching back decades. Different states. Different towns. And yet, they all had one thing in common. On Halloween night, a street appears. Not a haunted house. Not an abandoned building. An entire street that shouldn't exist. People swear they've turned down it without thinking. Rows of houses lit up, porches decorated, pumpkins glowing like any other neighborhood. Except nobody ever answers the doors, not until you reach the last house. And that's where the kids vanish. I didn't believe it at first. I thought it was just an urban legend, something parents whispered to keep kids from wandering too far. But the pattern was too perfect, too detailed. I had to see it for myself. This year, Halloween fell on a moonless night. Clouds covered the stars. I set out alone, dressed in dark clothes, blending in with the crowd of families trick-or-treating. I wasn't after candy. I was hunting the impossible. I don't know when I crossed into it. One moment I was walking along familiar streets. The next, I turned a corner, and there it was. A street I'd never seen before. The air felt different the moment I stepped onto it. Colder, heavier, as if the night itself was pressing in. Rows of houses stretched ahead, lined with glowing jack-o'-lanterns, orange and black streamers, fake cobwebs dangling from porches. The decorations were perfect. Too perfect. I walked up to the first house, a tidy little bungalow with its light on. Plastic skeletons dangled in the window. But when I knocked, no one came. The second house, silent. The third, I thought I saw movement behind the curtain, but when I leaned closer, the window was empty. I walked the length of the block, passing house after house. Not one answered. Yet the lights all glowed. The pumpkins flickered. The decorations swayed in the still air. And then, I saw it. At the very end of the street. A house with its porch light burning bright. A fat jack-o'-lantern grinning wide on the step. And taped to the door. Candy inside. Come in. I wasn't alone. 2 kids in costumes were already on the porch. A little witch and a boy in a plastic werewolf mask. They giggled as they pushed the door open. "Wait!" I called out, but they were already inside. The door slammed behind them. I ran to the porch. My breath came out in a cloud, though the night wasn't cold. The jack-o'-lantern's grin seemed wider now, its candle burning too bright. I pressed my ear to the door. Faintly, I thought I heard laughter, or crying. I couldn't tell. My hand trembled on the knob. Logic screamed at me to turn back, to run. But curiosity, it always wins, doesn't it? I opened the door. Inside, the air was stale, heavy with the scent of mildew and something sweet, like rotting candy. The hallway stretched far longer than it should have. Shadows clung to the corners, and the wallpaper was peeling, patterned with faded shapes that almost looked like faces. I called out. My voice sounded swallowed, muffled, as though the walls drank it in. At the end of the hall, I saw movement, small figures darting just out of sight. I followed. Room after room, the house unfolded. Staircases that led nowhere, doors that opened into walls, mirrors that didn't reflect quite right. I passed a kitchen where bowls overflowed with candy, each piece coated in dust and cobwebs. And then I saw the children, not the witch and the werewolf, but dozens of others, standing in the shadows. Costumes faded, old-fashioned, some I barely recognized. Their eyes were hollow. Their mouths hung open, as if they'd been frozen mid-scream. When I whispered, "What happened to you?" their heads turned in perfect unison. I stumbled back. The hallways twisted, reshaping themselves. Doors vanished. The house was alive, pulsing with hunger. I could hear the children's whispers all around me, layered on top of each other, a chorus of voices that made my skin crawl. "Join us," I ran. I didn't care where. I crashed through door after door until I reached a staircase leading down. The air grew damp, the walls slick. I found myself in a basement lined with shelves, each shelf stacked with masks. Plastic vampire fangs, Rubber monster faces, paper-thin superhero visages, all arranged neatly, all coated in dust. And each one had eye holes that seemed wet, as if someone had been crying through them. I picked one up. The rubber was warm, and when I turned it over, I saw what was inside. Pale, shriveled skin clinging to the mask like a second face. That's when I understood. The house didn't just swallow the children. It kept them. Something moved behind me. I turned, and the two kids I'd seen earlier stood there. Their costumes already faded, their eyes empty, their mouths stretched into identical, unnatural smiles. "Come play with us," they said together. The walls groaned, the floor buckled. I tried to run, but the house shifted, trapping me in endless hallways. Every turn brought me back to the same door, the same grinning jack-o'-lantern. And then I realized the worst part. The street was gone. The world outside was gone. There was only the house. I don't know how long I've been here. Time doesn't work right inside these walls. The children whisper around me, their voices brushing my ears no matter where I turn. I hear laughter sometimes, high-pitched, hollow, echoing endlessly. I wanted to uncover the house's secret. I wanted to prove it was real. Now I know the truth. Every Halloween, the house appears. Every Halloween, it lures in the curious, the greedy, the innocent. Trick-or-treaters go in and never come out. And now, I'm one of them. If you ever find yourself walking down a street you don't recognize, a street that shouldn't exist, turn back. Don't look at the houses. Don't listen to the whispers. And whatever you do, don't go inside. Because once you cross that threshold, you never leave.